Welcome to another chat. If you go down to the beach today, you might be in for a big surprise. Well, particularly if you're in China and it's a certain beach, because you might see a completely new type of amphibious landing barge designed for invasion of Taiwan. That's pretty clear. It's unique, hasn't been seen before. Quite interesting. I am H.I. Sutton. I'm a defense analyst. This is Unscripted, unedited. It's going to be quite a quick one today. I just want to give an update on something. So I've covered these barges before. I was actually in a privileged position to break the story to the world a couple of months ago. I wasn't the person to find them, but I helped the analysis and I was able to break the story. And we were right. They are invasion barges. But the new video, and these are stills from that video stitched together, but you can see what's going on. It, I think, gives us hints to how they will be used. Video because there's been an exercise in the South China Sea, very near to a naval base, which is used by amphibious forces, which gives us a picture. But I think that the beach that they were coming in on might not be that representative of the beaches that they're going to be invading in Taiwan. Let's look at it. This is that beach, just Google Earth screenshot. There's fishing boats, things like this. It's very sandy, very shallow, quite pretty, to be honest. Nice surf. It's a sort of beach that you'd exercise hovercraft over. It's interesting because nearby there is a base where hovercraft are stationed. Hovercraft are, of course, the most agile and one of the more high profile aspects of China's invasion fleet. But the new barges are a different league when it comes to unloading heavy equipment. A hovercraft can carry one tank. Those barges will enable a whole ferry load of tanks to be unloaded. This is how we think they're going to be used. Basically, the barge comes up to the beach, ferries unload their vehicles at the back, the vehicles then drive through the barge and across the bridge and onto dry land. Remember that Chinese ferries are uniquely suited to carrying lots of tanks. They're designed in specification in a way that other countries don't. If you build a car ferry, you're designing it to carry cars and trucks. In China, they specify that it can carry tanks, much heavier. Going on under the water, we have some pilings that go down. These are called jack-up cylinder legs. That's a general term. You hear of jack-up barges, jack-up platforms. The actual platform can come out of the water, but they go down and they meet the bottom of the sea, and that gives it a really solid sort of positioning against the beach. It won't get washed away quickly. Over time, erosion will start to affect those legs, but over the course of days and weeks, no, this is going to be really solid. At the back, you've got a ramp. At the front, you've got the bridge. Now, previously, we only had satellite imagery. We could learn quite a lot from it, and like I say, we got it right. But we can learn much more now that we've also got the video. As previously identified, there are 3 types. I'm going to call them 1, 2, and 3. Actually, I'm using Tom Shugart's naming, his labels. It's just like ABC. We don't know the actual designations. But you'll notice that type 1 has 6 of the jack-up legs, those orange dots, and it has a loading platform at the back. Type 2 is quite a different design with a much wider area inside the barge, much smaller jack-up legs, only 4 of them, but also a very long bridge. And then type 3 is like an even larger version of type 1 with 8 legs. I was always curious as to why type 1 and 2 or 1 and 3 versus type 2, why they're so different. Type 2 in the middle there is quite a different design. It's not just that it's a different designer because they're built in the same shipyard. It's as if they go together somehow. And I think we're getting the idea how, because you'll notice that type 1 and type 3 have those ramps at the back, whereas type 2 doesn't. That's odd, but I think it's on the beach exercise, we have a type 2. That's the smallest one with just 4 jack-up legs at the front. Behind it, if we count the legs, we can work out that there's a type 3 and a type 1. So they basically lined them up, the smallest at the front, and they get bigger as they go back. Now, I don't think that connecting a Type 3 and a Type 1 together like this actually makes much sense, because you're not using the unloading or the loading platform at the back of the Type 1, the one in the middle. So I think that this is just a little bit for training and demonstration purposes. We remember that Type 1 doesn't have the loading platform. Possibly what we're seeing is a configuration where Type 2 doesn't have the loading platform, where the Type 2 is at the front, is the forward one against the beach, and the Type 1 is behind it, or a Type 3 for that matter. I think the Type 1s and 3s could just unload straight onto a beach in some cases, but this configuration seems to be hinted at by the differences in the design of the Type 2. That's my update. I think that these barges are potentially designed to be used together to form a single pier with 2 or more barges. We'll see. I think we're going to have to watch very carefully and we'll see how many more are built. But these barges completely revolutionize the ability of China to unload large amounts of troops and equipment, heavy equipment in particular, to Taiwan. Thank you for watching. Unscripted, unedited, really obvious, I know. Please like, subscribe. I'm working on a much longer video about aircraft carrying submarines. Thank you.